Hi, I just want to come on here and talk about the planner that I'll be using for 2021. It is the B6 Delicate Planner from Fleurir Lab, which is a Taiwanese brand slash studio that I've not really heard anything about except for one person, which is April, who is Penguins Creative on Instagram and her socials. She also runs the Stationery Cafe podcast and Facebook group. So I heard about this planner from not only her, but just doing a search for daily planners for 2021. I've been using Hobonichi for the last 2 years, and I was just ready for a change, to be honest, but I definitely wanted something bigger, something a little bit different. I ended up looking up to see if there were any like Chinese brands or brands that instead of it having Japanese written inside, it was Chinese. So I came across this brand. A couple people saw a couple of posts about it online about this line of planners. I'm not sure how old it is, the company, or how long they've been making planners. I know they have the planners for 2020 as well as 2021. Beyond that, I'm not entirely sure. But this is like I said, the B6 planner from Fleurir Lab. The Chinese name is开花生活实验室, which is the name of their studio. They not only make planners, but they do like cards and notebooks, and I think also like other random stuff like combs maybe. But yeah, I bought this, or I pre-ordered it, I should say, I think like late in the summer, and they shipped out really quickly at the end of September, and I got it through, like, the shipping they used was DHL, which was amazingly fast, so I applaud them for that, because that was just awesome. I got it much sooner than I thought I would. But anyways, let's take a look at the planner. It came beautifully enclosed in this box here, which is like a navy blue. It's very velvety. It's kind of dirty, to be honest, since I've had it for a few months. But yeah, it's got like kind of, you can see this embossed like tree branchy design, and with a rose gold foil that says Delicate Fleurir Home. And yeah, when you open it up, you get this nicely packaged kind of set of information. So you just open it up. It comes with like this nice twine, rustic looking string. Again, everything is in traditional Chinese or Mandarin, so I can't really read much of it at all. My simplified Chinese skills are also bad, so it's even worse for traditional, but for some things I can kind of recognize and I can definitely appreciate. So when you open it up, you kind of get these little like not Hobonichi, Tomo River paper, kind of not samples, but like sheets, and it just says reminisce on them at the very bottom. I don't know if you can see. It says right here. And yeah, I'm not sure what the text says, of course, but you just get a bunch of these, which is nice. I mean, I'm not sure what I would use these for. Scrap paper or maybe decorating within. Get this nice little card, which I'm assuming this is like my unique planner number that I bought, and it has this beautiful artwork. I love the artwork for this planner, which you'll see in a second. And then you open this up, and it's kind of got a beautiful like photography. And yeah, it says Fleurir Home and Simple Quiet. You can read that there. I won't bore you and read it aloud. But this little sheet has kind of describes some of the other products that they sell, and I guess it's a collaboration with Simple Quiet, I would imagine, which I am not sure what that is. And I think this is kind of an introduction to the planner and planner line. Again, it's all in Chinese. It says about 2021, passage of time, synchronicity, all that good stuff. But yeah, let's get to the planner here. So you open up, you have this beautiful B6 size planner. I'm gonna just pop it out. It's got this lovely like watercolor artwork, and it's got like that rose gold coppery foiling, and it says delicate Purana schedule book for January 2021 to December 2021. And yeah, it is gorgeous. It has this lovely stitching with a red thread, which I think is like very unique and a very nice touch. So you know that the book will lay flat. So I'm just gonna compare my mangled A6 size planner here from Hobonichi. You can tell how much bigger it is. I've not even close to finish using this up. I still want to fill up the pages, even though I pretty much stopped using it over the summer. But yeah, I've been using it mostly for journaling and art and lists and that sort of thing. This planner total in Taiwanese dollars is 720 Taiwanese dollars, which translates to about 25 USD. And I probably paid, I think in total I paid close to $40 with the shipping, which I felt was pretty good considering that's how much I would pay for like a Hobonichi through Jet Pens. Maybe a little bit more, but the planner itself is bigger. So I was really happy with that. So it's 448 pages total. This information I'm all taken from their website. And the GSM is 68 for the paper, which Hobonichi has 52 GSM, which it's definitely, you can definitely tell a difference. One of the reasons why I was kind of looking for something else is that the paper was starting to get on my nerves. Not necessarily like the properties of it, but just a little bit too thin and slippery and very easily crinkled. I've heard it, you know, compared to Bible paper, which I'm not that familiar with the Bible, but I totally get what they mean. But yeah, let me open this up. So you open up, it comes with this kind of pencil board bookmark. So the top here, it says today. And it's got a nice little quote here and some beautiful artwork. And then all the photography is by, I think, Tulip Chen, who is like the owner, founder, what have you, of this studio. And again, this is like the nice kind of text. The texture is the same as the navy cover of the box. But on the back, it's just like regular cardstock. It has the calendar for the year, which is super nice. I think I will probably still get like a plastic pencil board because I wouldn't want to ruin this with the pressure of like how I write, which is usually pretty firm. But yeah, it's really nice that this comes with this. So you open it up, you have this beautiful like textured cardstock. You have kind of an opening page, Purana 24, Purana schedule book, which is kind of the name of their line of planners. They also, I don't know if I mentioned, they're doing a A6 size, which is absolutely gorgeous, but again, I was looking for something a little bit bigger, so I went with the B6. So when you open it up, you have the table of contents here, which has like the page numbers for every month, which is super nice. And then there's kind of like an index page, or you can kind of do what you want. It has a title and a page, where you can put the page number, and it's not graded, it's just very like thin, light dotted lines. So let me open it up. The next page, you have the preface. A lot of the pages have quotes in the top corner. So this one says, "Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards." And this is obviously in English, and it looks like, from my basic understanding of Chinese, that is just translated. So yeah, this is a very interesting concept because there's a column kind of section here for category, and then each of these columns has past, present, and future. So I imagine you could put like your goals here, things that you want to change, etc. There's a little section here called Life List. This is all very faintly, has a faint grid, which I believe is 4 millimeters is the grid size. And then there's another section here that has the ideal day with, you know, the hours of the day, where you can fill that in how you like. We have the year at a glance. So you have the current year, which is 2021, as well as the following year, 2022. The calendar is a Monday start, which I definitely have learned to appreciate and honestly prefer since using the Hobonichi. I think it just makes a lot more sense with how our brains are wired to look at the schedule. And then we also have this page here, similar to what the Hobonichi has, where it's kind of like the year at a glance, but there's just kind of one like Excel spreadsheet sized box here, and there's one for every day, and then the whole year is spread out over 2 pages. Boxes are super small, so if you write big, this is probably not going to be fun for you. Okay, and then the following pages, this is more similar to the year at a glance in the Hobonichi, where people use it as their tracker. So it has the month, all of the days of the month, and on the side here you can put categories, and then the boxes I would assume for you could check off or fill in for tracking. And then there's 2 months per 2-page spread. So it goes all the way up to December. So no pages for forward planning, which I'm not much of a forward planner, to be honest, but I know people usually like that. There is this blank page though, which is just grid paper, which you could use that for forward planning if you're this type of person to do that. And now we head over to the actual planner calendar part of it. So for this planner, the months are just before the daily pages, which I think is nice. I never was a person to use the monthly pages, especially in the Hobonichi, because they're all together, so you have to kind of like flip back and forth. But this is super handy. You've got some text here. Fortunately, I don't know what it says. It looks like some of it is in Japanese. And then for each of the months, there's kind of like a cute little phrase, I think usually to do with the weather, but for January, it's slight cold, great cold. So you open it up, and you have your monthly calendar. All of the ink color in this planner is purple. The primary color is purple, but it's not super purple. I think probably right here it looks super purple. I don't think in camera it looks more purple than it does in real life. I was kind of worried about that. I almost considered getting the A6 because it's a dark blue, which I think like blends in with stuff much better, but it's honestly pretty muted, and I like the color purple, so it doesn't bother me too much anyway. But yeah, so you have your monthly calendar. You have all of your days here. For the parts of the month that don't have like a date yet, there is gridded a grid area, but for each of the days, they are not, they don't have grids within the days. At the very bottom, there's also some more grid box space here to write. This side is just blank, and they've got the previous month and the following month. But yeah, it looks like it's also got like stuff to do, like information about the moon and like astrology, which I don't know much about. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And then we head over to the daily pages. So the kind of when it's shaded, I believe, is when there is a holiday or it's the weekend. So Friday, January 1st, a holiday, New Year's Day. And then you have the weekend, which is shaded here. Once you get to the other days, it's just white. But each page has a fairly faint grid. There is kind of a timeline here, but it's very faint. Again, you could very easily ignore or like put washi tape or write over it. But the grid stops right here. It looks super faint on camera, so hopefully you guys can see that. And then it's just blank here, which is generally like in a Hobonichi where they would have the quote. So I think this is super useful because you can keep going down. You get a little more space. At the top here, again, like I said, it's purple, but it's like a gray purple, not super purple. We also have the month, the day of the week in English and in Chinese, as well as like moon information. I don't know what to call that, but yeah, like the moon cycle basically, but also like astrological signs, which again, I'm not sure. There are also some trackers here on the bottom, which are super nice. They have a water tracker, a sport tracker, and a meditation tracker, which is really nice. Like each of them, like the water has measurements here, and then for sport and meditation, there's a amount of time, which I think is really cool, especially the meditation portion, because I think that is not something that other planners focus on at all, really. And then on the right side of the page, you have a mini calendar for the month, and then it's shaded which days that you're on, so you can kind of get a sense of where you are in the month. Yeah, pretty much every page is like that. Like I said, the pages that are not a holiday or the day of the week are just plain at the top. And it's definitely noticeably thicker, not as slippery as the Hobonichi, which I'm very excited about. Let me head over to February, and you can tell that the book lays flat. That was kind of a bad spot, but I mean, it still lays flat for all the pages, which is super nice, just the way that the stitching is. On the side here, you can see the months where they're divided up. I'm just gonna head over to February. So on the last day of the month, you'll have it here, and then on the right side, there'll be again this kind of cover page for the month. February is spring begins, the rain. Again, there's more text. Open it up, and the same layout with the calendar. I imagine the shaded areas are again for holidays and for weekends. It looks like since February is a shorter month, they've given you extra space at the bottom here, which is nice because it's only 28 days. And yeah, it's pretty much all the same. I'm super excited to set this up. It's December, that time of year where people start to get antsy. You can also see the red thread here, which I feel like is really pretty. Just like a nice kind of peekaboo bonus that's unique to this planner, at least. All right, so I'm just gonna go towards the back of the planner so we can see that they're right when the year ends, still December, you get note pages, just regular gridded note pages. Well, you have the last day of the year, and then there's kind of like a final page for, like, that has a quote. But there are several gridded note pages. And then we also have kind of these bonus pages like you would get in the Hobonichi. It's pretty much all in Chinese, so if you don't know Chinese, it's probably not going to be very useful to you, but some of it's in English. So you have a page that says ideas and things that are kind of like a complicated Venn diagram. You have love, passion, mission, profession, vocation, kind of all intersecting together. There's lists of ideas like writing prompts, which is cool. There's a worry tree, which I feel like, for me, honestly, would probably be very useful and is also in English, which is nice. There's a section that has emotional freedom techniques, kind of stuff related to the body and time. You also have all the signs for astrology, and then again more astrology related information, which is cool, but I can't read any of it. And then on the very last page, you have this nice purpley page that has a like contact information page, basically for yourself or the owner of the planner. And then there's, on the very last page, there's About Tulip, who, again, is the designer of this planner and I think is the owner of Fleurir Lab. And then you reach the end and you've got that beautiful cardstock. And that's it. I don't think I showed the back of the planner before, but it just extends the painting that you get in the front. But it's a beautiful planner. I'm super, super excited to use it. And I can't wait to get into this and start thinking of ideas of what to fill up, especially at that beginning portion and the preface about goals and everything else. I think that'll be really interesting. But yeah, I'm super excited to use this planner and for also 2020 to be over. But yeah, if you have any questions, I'll put links for the planner and more information about it down below, as well as maybe some of April's videos, which feature this planner. Or not this particular planner, she has the one for this year, but it's very similar, just in different colors and sizes. But yeah, if you have any questions or know what planner you're going to use for next year, leave a comment down below, and thanks for watching.